Hello students, in continuity of chapter number 13, organisms and population. Now we are going to discuss about population interaction. As you know, on earth any natural habitat, it is having not only single species, number of species are existing on this earth in various habitat. It may be aquatic habitat, aerial habitat or terrestrial habitat. No single habitat is there in any situation, even having isolated. It means that only one species existing on same habitat. For any species, minimum requirement is one or more species on which it can feed at least. As we know, as human beings, we are also heterotrophs. We also depend on our food requirement on different plants and animals. If we talk about plants, even a plant species which makes its own food because they are autotrophs, they cannot survive alone. Why it is so? Because it needs soil microbes to break down the organic matter in soil and return in inorganic nutrients for absorption purpose. So one question arises in our mind, that how will the plant manage pollination without animal agent? Because for pollination purpose also, for plants, animals are required or any other factor is required for population, this type of pollination purpose here in nature also. So it is requirement for the same. It is obvious that in nature, animals, plants and microbes do not and cannot live in isolation but interact in various ways to form a biological community. So this way we can understand, on this earth in any natural habitat, no animal, plant or microbes, they do not live, they cannot survive in isolation condition. But when number of species are there, they interact in various ways to form a biological community. Now we know very well about biological community and its composition. For any communities, many interactive linkages exist, although all may not be readily apparent. So this way we can understand, in natural habitat, here in between plants, animals and microbes, so population interaction for their survival. Interspecific interactions arise from the interaction of populations of two different species. Here this term is important, interspecific interactions. It arises from the interaction of populations of two different species. Here it is important that some minimum two species are there. It could be beneficial or detrimental or neutral. Neutral means neither harm or nor benefit to one of the species or both species. When we talk about this type of interspecific interaction in population, at that time some sign symbols are used, plus, minus and it is like 0. Which type of interactions they are observed in natural habitat? Here there are 5 types of interactions. First, predation. Second, competition. Third, parasitism. Fourth, commensalism. And fifth, mutualism. So this way we can understand, when we talk about this type of population interactions, it is related with different type of plants, animals and microspecies. This type of relation may be beneficial, detrimental or neutral, and various types of interactions are observed in nature. Mainly they are predation, competition, parasitism, commensalism and mutualism. Now let's study this table related with population interactions. As you can see in this table, two columns are there. One column is related with species A, another column is related with species B, and last one it is name of interaction in between this type of species. As we have discussed here, three type of sign or symbols are used here. Plus sign is for beneficial interaction, minus sign for detrimental or loss, and 0 for neutral interaction. Okay, so now we can understand by taking example of interaction in between species A and species B, as well as name of this interaction also. First type of interaction you can see here, that is mutualism. In mutualism you can see species A and species B actually both are in benefit from each other. That's why plus sign is usual here. So both species they are actually in benefit in this type of relation, that is known as mutualism. No species is harmed during this relation. Second interaction, that is competition. Here you can see on both sides, species A and species B, minus sign is used. It means that both are in loss during this interaction. So both lose in their interaction with each other, and that's why we can say it is opposite to first type of interaction, mutualism. Third, here you can see that is predation. Species A plus sign and species B minus sign. Now we can understand what does it mean. It means that species A is in benefit, a beneficial relation, and species B it is in loss. Such kind of relation that in which one species benefits and the another species that is in loss. Same way, fourth type of interaction, that is parasitism. Here you can see here also this type of relationship. Fourth, that is commensalism. This commensalism and amensalism, here you can see in commensalism species A plus and species B 0, and in amensalism species A minus and species B 0 sign is used here. Now what we can understand by this type of interaction or relationship? Here interaction where one species is benefited and another is neither benefited, it is that is or not harm, we can say, it is observed in commensalism type of relationship. In last one, amensalism type of relationship, in this type of interaction, so then one species is harmed and the other is unaffected. So this way now we can understand different type of interactions, population interactions observed in nature on this earth, this type of interaction, and by taking example of two species, species A and species B, and by using this type of particular sign like plus, minus and 0, we can easily understand this type of interaction between this type of species. Now let's discuss about predation type of population interaction in detail. Interspecific interaction where one animal kills and consumes the other weaker animal we can understand easily. To all energy fixed by autotrophic organism, if the community has no animals to eat and plants, at that time we can understand, we can think about that what would happen in this situation. We can think that of predation as nature's way of transferring to higher trophic levels the energy fixed by plants. As we know, plants are autotrophs. They consume sunlight and by producing food, the energy is transferred from one trophic level to another trophic level. When we think of predator and prey, most probably it is the what come in our mind as for example, that is relation between tiger and deer. Okay, it comes in our mind. But so many examples are there in nature. Suppose we are taking example of sparrow. Eating any seed is not less than a predator. So it's also good example in our surrounding. Animals eating plants are categorized separately as herbivores. They are in broad ecological context, not very different from predators. So we can understand similar this type of interaction is observed in nature if we talk about plants or animals regarding transferring of energy level. Besides acting as this type of conduits for energy transfer across trophic levels, predators play another important role. They keep prey populations under control by this type of interactions. But for predator, prey species would achieve very high population density and cause ecosystem instability. When certain exotic species are introduced into a geographical area, they become, let's say, invasive and start spreading fast because the invaded land does not have its natural predators. Some examples are also very interesting example to study this type of interactions. A prickly pear cactus introduced into Australia in the early 1920s caused havoc by spreading rapidly into millions of hectares of rangeland. Finally, the invasive cactus was brought under control only after a cactus feeding predators like moth from its natural habitat was introduced into the country. Biological control methods adopted in agriculture pest control are based on the ability of the predator to regulate prey population. Predators also help in maintaining species diversity in a community by reducing the intensity of competition among competing prey species. In the rocky intertidal communities of the American Pacific coast, the starfish, that is Piscator, is an important predator. In a field experiment, during this type of experiment, and all the starfish were removed from an enclosed this type of intertidal area, more than 10 species of the invertebrates become extinct within a year because of interspecific competition. So, when we study this type of interactions in our surrounding, we find so many examples of such a type of interactions, and we can come to know about roles of predator in nature. If a predator is too efficient and overexploit its prey, then the prey might become extinct and following it. The predator will also become extinct for lack of food. This is the reason why predators in nature are prudent. Prey species have evolved various defenses to lessen the impact of predation. Some species of insects and frogs are practically colored, camouflaged to avoid being detected easily by the predator. So this mechanism in this type of organisms is provided by nature. It is related with its color. Some are poisonous and therefore avoided by the predators. Example of monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly is highly, this type of species is destructive to its predator. It's like bird because of this type of special chemical present in its body. Interestingly, the butterfly acquires this chemical during its caterpillar stage by feeding on a poisonous weed. So, by studying this type of two examples, we can come to know about this type of defense mechanism. For plants, herbivores are the predators. Nearly 25% of all insects are known to be this type of phytophagous. It means that they are feeding on plants, sap and other parts of plants for their food requirement. Problem is particularly severe for plants because unlike animals, they cannot run away from their predators, because we know that this type of mechanism is not provided by nature in plants, that they can move away or run away. Plants therefore have evolved another type of variety of morphological and chemical defense against herbivores. Some examples are there. They are interesting to study. Thorns. As we know, thorns are present on some plants. Some examples like acacia and cactus are the most common morphological means of this type of herbivore seek when they are eaten, inhibit feeding or digestion. So, this type of mechanism is provided and then even they can eat it. So, it's a defense mechanism in plants. We have also seen that in Calotropis plant is growing in fields in large number. The plants, this type of plant produces highly poisonous cardiac glycosides, and that is why never any cattle or goats is browsing on this plant. We can see in our surrounding also such a type of example of Calotropis where no cattle or goats is browsing on these plants because of this type of chemical consistency. A wide variety of chemical substances that we extract from plants on a commercial scale. It is like nicotine, caffeine, quinine, strychnine, opium and some other chemicals also. They are produced by them actually as defense against grazers and browsers. So, you can understand now this type of relation, population interaction, predation type between prey and predators. So many examples we can study our surrounding. It's related with plants and animals of such a type of interaction, and easily we can understand this predation type of population interaction. Second type of population interaction, that is competition. We all know about Darwin theory. So, Darwin spoke of the struggle for existence and survival of the fittest in nature. He was convinced that interspecific competition is a potent force in organic evolution. It is generally believed that competition occurs when closely related species compete for the same resources that are limiting. But this is not entirely true. Firstly, totally unrelated species could also compete for the same resource. For instance, in some shallow South American lakes, visiting flamingos and resident fishes compete for the common food, zooplankton in the lake. That is, resources need not be limiting for competition to occur in interference competition. Feeding efficiency of one species might be reduced due to interfering the inhibitory presence of the other species, even if resources, it is like food or space, are abundant. Therefore, competition is best defined as a process in which the fitness of one species is measured in terms of its intrinsic rate of this type of increase is significantly lower in the presence of another species. It is relatively easy to demonstrate in laboratory experiment as Gose and other experimental ecologists did about such a type of study of interrelation between population. When resources are limited and the competitively superior species will eventually eliminate the other species, but evidence for such competitive exclusion occurring in nature is not always conclusive. Strong, persuasive, circumstantial evidence does exist, however, in some cases. When we study this type of cases in our surrounding, at that time we can come to know about such a type of population interaction known as competition. Abundant tortoise in Galapagos Island began existing within a decade after goats were introduced on the island, apparently due to the greater browsing efficiency of the goats. Another evidence for the occurrence of competition in nature comes from that is called competitive release. This term is important here, that is competitive release. A species whose distribution is restricted to a small geographical area because of the presence of a competitively superior species is found to expand its distribution range dramatically when the competition species is experimentally removed. Connell's elegant field experiment showed that on the rocky sea coast of Scotland, a large and competitively superior parasol Balanus dominates the intertidal area and excludes the smaller barnacle, that is the Cathamarus, from that particular zone. The herbivores and plants appear to be more this type of adversely affected by competition than carnivores. So, some evidences of competitions are that we can easily understand this type of population interaction known as competition by studying such type of examples. Gauss' competitive exclusion principle. It states that two closely related species competing for the same resources cannot coexist indefinitely, and the competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. This statement is very important regarding gross competition exclusion principle. It may be true if resources are limiting but not otherwise. More recent studies do not support such gross generalization about competition. They do not rule out the occurrence of interspecific competition in nature. They point out that species facing competition might evolve mechanisms that promote coexistence rather than exclusion. When such mechanism is resource, this you can see here, that is resource partitioning. If two species compete for the same resource, they could avoid competition by choosing, for instance, showed that this type of examples are also the different times for feeding or different foraging patterns. So it is also possible in nature. Mercator showed that 5 closely related species of warblers living on the same tree were able to avoid competition by doing this and coexist due to this type of behavioral differences in their foraging activities. So it is also possible in nature such a type of interrelation between two different type of species. So this way now we can understand, that is what is population interaction in nature, how many types of population interactions are observed, and we know very well about now predators and competition type of population interaction.